Greetings, esteemed black homeschooling parents. Baba Amin here, and I'm here to let you know that it's time to take charge of our children's education like never before. And I have exciting news for you. The Uhuru Academy online K-12 private school and homeschool partnership is here to change the game. And we're enrolling. Listen up. Our curriculum is proudly African-centered, empowering young minds with knowledge that celebrates our rich heritage, our roots, and our greatness. Yes, you heard that right. We have students from all corners of the world, and our vision is to create a generation of leaders who are visionary, confident, and empowered. Black homeschooling parents, let's unite and give our children the gift of an education that fuels their pride, elevates their potential, and ignites their passion for greatness. Visit us at uhuruacademy.com to secure your child's position at the Uhuru Academy, the premier partner in empowering our leaders of tomorrow. Peace.
The Uhuru Academy overall is an amazing school from the teachers to the students. It's a place where kids can build their confidence and learn how to write, read, type, all of that good stuff. We learn our history here. We honor our ancestors, so we learn about who we are and where we come from, and I really enjoy this about this school. And like everybody's pretty much saying, it's a safe space, and we can always be able to feel like we can open up to our classmates and our teachers. So that's what I love.
I love the environment and that they promote not being afraid to ask for help.
Something positive about the whole Academy is this is a safe space, and you can be able to say whatever you want to say without being embarrassed. Just like how Amani said, I've been able to sometimes I can be shy talking around people, but y'all have taught me not to be shy and everything. This is a very good school. The part that I love about this is when we do ancestor reverence and African history.
I think this is the greatest school I've ever went to because you teach me about my history, and at the other schools they never taught me one thing about my history. They just taught the only black people they talked about at my other schools were like Carter G. Woodson, Martin Luther King, and I think that's it. So you guys helped me learn my true history.
All right. Peace and power, everyone. Welcome to the Fight the Algorithm podcast. I am your co-host, Baba Amin Ojuok of the Uhuru Academy. Check us out at uhuruacademy.com. Of course, this podcast is sponsored by the Uhuru Academy. It's also sponsored by the Pipeline to Power program, founded by none other than Dr. Juichi Ajamu Lockett. He's not here right now, you know what I'm saying, bro? He's actually in the community right now, teaching youth. He's in the community right now, delivering a powerful presentation to some young brothers that need it. And so he may get on before we get done, but you know what I'm saying, whether he does or not, we gonna hold it down. And I may put the link in the chat and have guests come in. If you have something to say, if you want to join me right here on Fight the Algorithm tonight, we just may make that happen. You know what I'm saying? But peace and power to everyone. I hope everyone's having a blacktastic week. I hope you're out here achieving your goals. I hope you're out here spreading positive energy. You know what I'm saying? I pray that you're out here overcoming obstacles and fulfilling your potential, right? And sometimes in order to do that, you have to do what our title says. You have to fight the algorithm. What is an algorithm? An algorithm is a set of instructions that a computer is programmed, or a program is programmed to follow, right? Every time you search something on the web, you're giving the search engine an algorithm, right? It's saying, oh, Baba Amin likes to watch kung fu movies. So next thing you know, I pull up Google, I pull up an app, and an ad for kung fu movies is popping up because I've been searching that way, right? So it's that algorithm. A lot of times you can judge where your mentality is based on what's in your algorithm, what's in your timeline, because everything in your timeline is based on what you've been looking for in your timeline, right? Especially on YouTube, when they show suggested videos for you, that algorithm is built based on what you've been searching for, right? And so our program is called Fight the Algorithm, right? In other words, there are certain algorithms we're programmed into as people, as a people. And these are algorithms that we have to fight in order to succeed, in order to heal the ills that are in our community, in order to empower our youth. We have to teach ourselves and our youth to fight the algorithm. What are some algorithms that you have had to fight? You know what I'm saying? Some of us didn't think that we could ever get a college education, but you did. You fought an algorithm. You know, some of us who got the college education thought that we'd never be able to relate to our community again, but you was able to do that. You fought the algorithm, right? Some of us come from families that had an absentee father, right? But now you're a father and you're there for your children. You fought that algorithm that says abandon your family. You know what I'm saying? Some of us broke the cycle of drugs in our family. Some of us broke a cycle of violence in our family, right? Either way it goes, you had to fight an algorithm to get where you are. Shout out to my sister, Fun Creations, in the comment. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, been knowing her since she was about 9, 10 years old. Right? Part of the first group of young people I ever taught, you know, and I don't want to give up her age, so I ain't gonna say the year, back in the day, you know, and this is a young lady who grew up, fought the algorithm that said you're going to stay in poverty, fought the algorithm that says you'll continue to be on government assistance, fought that algorithm that says no education in your family, and graduated her children from high school and from college. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, Lady Cree, for fighting the algorithm, right? You know what I'm saying? Fighting the programming that said you wasn't going to make it. You wasn't going to be able to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So we all have algorithms that we have to fight, right? And so each week on Fight the Algorithm, we want to highlight Black people who are fighting the algorithm. We want to highlight accomplishments that are being made out there that's going against the programming. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we highlight music that's fighting the algorithm. Sometimes we may highlight a leader, a community leader that's fighting the algorithm, right? And a lot of times we talk about things that we can do collectively to fight the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at Anna Banner. What's going on, Anna Banner, in the house? How you doing? That's my niece. You know what I'm saying? And much love to you. Much love to you. Good to see you in the place to be. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she was raised to fight the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? And so shout out to everybody out there. You know, one of our esteemed elders from Fort Worth is in the house. Dr. Gwendolyn Morrison, great leader in our community, great educator in our community, someone I have a great deal of respect and love for, and who fights the algorithm and has empowered others to fight the programming, to do awesome things in our community. I'm proud to be a part of the community forum that's going to be held on education this Saturday in Fort Worth. Make sure that your face is in the place. If you're in Fort Worth, Texas this weekend, it's on Saturday at Dunbar High School inside the library. Yep, my school.
down by high school inside the library. We will be having a community conversation with the school board of the Fort Worth ISD, and we're going to be talking about solutions. Ain't not going to be in there to confront and go crazy. None of that. We're not talking about the problems. The problems have been documented. We're going to come and we're going to present on solutions to the issues that are facing our children in the public school system. So I'm looking forward to that, and honored to partner with Dr. Morrison, Dr. Bell, honored to partner with the Fort Worth chapter NAACP and on this great endeavor, you know, and I'm going to behave myself, y'all, but we definitely going to be strong. My brother, Amari Fox Renard in the house, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a brother that's empowering the youth and empowered us to fight the algorithm, you know what I'm saying, through his art, through poetry, you know, through your presence, black man. So shout out to you, one of the most powerful people I've met, comrades I've met since being out here in Columbia, South Carolina. So shout out. Also, y'all, anything that you have going on, put it in the comments, right? Anything you got going on that can help us fight these algorithms, put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the comments, your business. We want to support your business because there's an algorithm out there, right? There's an algorithm that says, don't support black-owned businesses. It got to be. It has to be a part of our programming, right? That says don't support black-owned businesses. It's if it ain't white, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I remember when as a matter of fact, I see a lot of us when we do go support black-owned businesses, we have to be very intentional and almost have to program ourselves to do it. Well, you know what? I'm gonna support a black business this weekend, and we really be thinking about it, right? And we make it an event. Right? We want to fight that algorithm so much to when you support a black-owned business, it's no longer an event. It's just what you do. Right? And not just because it's a black-owned business, but because it's a black-owned business and a great business to support. Right? Shout out to Agu Mwami. amnaturalproducts.net. I'm telling you, I've been smelling good for about 3 months. I just been smelling good because I've been ordering products directly from amnaturalproducts.net when it comes to natural oils, when it comes to the shea butters and natural products like that. Man, y'all go visit amnaturalproducts.net right now. All right, do that. And Lady Cree Fun Creations, please put your information in there as well, y'all. When it comes to occasions like cards and fancy crafts, beautiful crafts and gift ideas, Fun Creations is the place to be. It's the place to support. So definitely put Fun Creations info in the comments, Lady Cree, so people can know how to get in touch with you. I wish I had my writing tablet that you made for us here at the Uhuru Academy. It's such a beautiful tablet. I'm gonna try to grab it before the podcast is over with, but definitely get with that sister as well, y'all. There are black people out here doing some beautiful things, right? And it's okay for us to talk about it, and it's okay for us to support one another when we do it. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to Fight the Algorithm podcast. Of course, we take a little time to support our people before we get into the topic, right? But we're going to talk about a trending topic tonight, but of course we're going to put a spin on it, right? We're not going to approach this topic the way everyone else has, right? So if you're coming here to see the fight video, I'm not showing the fight video or the brawl video. I'm not going to show that, right? My assumption is by now a lot of you have seen what transpired in Montgomery, Alabama, at the Riverwalk over the weekend, where you had a black African American or a black dock worker doing his job, and he got into a confrontation with some Riverwalk patrons who happened to be Caucasian on the dock, and the altercation turned physical, and these people jumped on him. They basically jumped on him and began to gang up on him. And then the next thing you know, black people was coming from everywhere to protect the brother, to defend the brother. They were coming from everywhere, right? And who can forget the image of the young brother that everybody's calling young Aquaman, not Aquaman, young Aquaman, that swam from one side of the dock to the other side of the dock to help protect his co-worker. Come to find out that was a 16-year-old black youth who was at work, saw his co-worker being attacked, and risked his own life by diving into the water, swam across the one side of the dock to the other, pulled himself up out the water and posted up ready to defend his co-worker. A very heroic act on his part, because basically the co-worker was under attack and could have been seriously hurt. Right. Well, of course, the confrontation didn't stop there, because the black patrons at the dock were upset, and they proceeded to communicate that to the white patrons on the dock, until the police were finally able to get control of what was going on. Right now, I don't want to confuse anybody, right, by saying that this was an act that's going to bring us any type of freedom or equity in America. That's not what this incident is. And you have a right to either be proud or not proud of it. Some of us do not believe in taking matters into our own hands and handling things violently. That's okay, right? But what we have to understand, and what I gleaned from it, by watching black people celebrate it, shared it, went viral. Y'all, there's t-shirts already. There's already t-shirts, right? I've seen t-shirts. I saw a whole rap song describing the fight with a music video. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw all of that going on, right? And so I'm like, wow, this response is uncanny. Right. And I'm hearing people saying, yeah, protect the brother. Yeah, we got to stand up. Yeah, we have to stick together. You know what I'm saying? We have to stick together. I love to see us sticking together. These are the messages. These are the things that I'm hearing. Right now, these are all positive and powerful message. Right. So I don't have a problem with that. Right. I don't have a problem that this incident sparked those types of feelings. Right. And so I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Right now, here's my thing. That energy, like, did y'all see the brothers coming side by side when the white people was trying to come back into the fight, and the brothers came side by side? Like, no, you ain't coming over here, right? That feeling that you got, that feeling, that thing, that unity, that the responses, what it instantly told me when I saw it. That energy was, we want unity. We like that stuff. It's not the fighting part. It's the standing up for each other part. It's the looking out for each other when we're in danger, even if we don't know each other part. We believe in that. That's like innate in us. It's becoming family when we need to become family in any given moment, right? Like that's innate in us. Right. And so when we saw that, when a lot of us saw that part of us kind of just came out like, ooh, yeah, that's what it's all about. Right. And I get that. Because we've been fighting, for example, we've been fighting oppression in this country for over 400 years. And it's required unity, not just to get free. Unity was required just in order for us to survive. Just in order for us to live through the Ma'afa, to live through the experience of slavery, to live through Jim Crow, extended family was required. Looking out for each other on one level or another was required. Right? Coming through situations where a lot of times our survival meant betraying each other. You know, I mean, think about it. There were black overseers on the plantation. Not all of them hated black people. Some of them felt like that's what they had to do to survive. Right? There were black people who told on black people who were trying to escape. There were black people who begged black people not to escape. There were black people who begged black people not to fight back. Not because they were sellouts or hated other black people. They thought that that's what they had to do to what? Survive. But then something would happen. Like a Nat Turner would come along, right? Or a Haitian Revolution would come along, or the Black Seminoles, the Seminole Wars, the Gullah Geechee Wars. Something would happen that would spark something inside of us that said, no, it's time to clap back. No, it's time to fight that algorithm that says if we don't fight back and we just suffer here, we'll go to heaven when we die. Something happens that sparks us on the inside, and we collectively go, it's time to fight the algorithm today. Not today. Not today. When the Haitians did it in 1804, they liberated their country. They became the first Black-led nation in the Western Hemisphere and the first nation in human history where the enslaved not only freed themselves, but took over the nation that had enslaved them. I know we don't learn about that in school. But when I saw what I saw today, right, I thought about those times in history where we had to fight the algorithm. Some of you don't agree with Dr. King's approach to civil rights, but he was fighting an algorithm. See, I understand the logic and the wisdom behind nonviolent protests in the Jim Crow South, the attention that it brought to the situation and the pressure that it put on white leadership in the South to change their tactics. Right? He had to fight the algorithm. Malcolm had to fight an algorithm while being in prison. He had been fighting one way, trying to survive in the streets and that sort of thing. And then he got a new programming that his family sent him, the Teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And next thing you know, he fought every algorithm that got him into prison. He fought that. He developed a new value system and came out and became one of the most powerful leaders and influential leaders that the world has ever known. So don't underestimate the power of a spark. Don't underestimate the power of even an incident like what happened over the weekend to make somebody sit up and say, you know what, we do have to stick together. Now, I ain't finna go out and fight a bunch of white folks, but what I can do is support more Black-owned businesses. You know what I can do is start calling these political puppets to task and ask hard questions and make sure I'm advocating for Black people unapologetically. So situations like this can be a spark. It can be a spark for us to. Did y'all like did y'all like how that felt? Did y'all like how that felt? Right. I like what Agu say them Black folks on the thing, they formed a Voltron. Y'all remember that cartoon Voltron, right? No questions was asked. They came in and they stuck together. So did y'all like how that felt? And do you want to feel that feeling some more? Do we have to have a fight in the Riverwalk in order to experience that feeling of unity? Do young brothers have to jump in the river, swim across the dock, and get up and stand up and fight in order to feel that he's a part of something that's bigger than himself? Or can we put things in place to where we carry that feeling around us all the time? What's available in your community right now? A place. Can you identify a place in your community right now that when you go into that place, you feel better about your heritage? You feel better about yourself. You feel unified with your people and with your community. Do you have a place like that? Is there a place like that for you to go in your community? Because that feeling feel good. And when I saw how everybody was separate, I was like, man, we are starved for Black unity. We are starved for Black unity, right? And I see some people have been talking about reprisal. What are the white people going to do now? Is there going to be a response? Or they're going to come back? Y'all, if something happens, it's not a response to that. It's a continuance of things that have already been happening. We just had a young white male walk into a grocery store in Buffalo, New York last year to kill 10 Black people. And he was there to kill Black people. Remember Dylan Roof, right? So there's no such thing as a response. Like if there's violence after this, it's a continuation of a legacy of violence against Black people. Right? It's a continuation. Now, Omari, the spark ain't white people. No. When I say the spark, I'm talking about just watching us come together in any situation can be a spark. Watching us come together in any situation can be a spark, right? Any situation, right? Okay, remember when everybody went and voted for Barack Obama? because we wanted to see a black president. Remember, everybody went and voted for Barack. Even some pro-black folk I know who knew that the Democratic Party does not care about black people. And we knew that by being president, he will have zero power to do anything to truly impact black people. We still wanted to see him in there, and people went and voted. People went and celebrated. Some of us are just happy that our elders got to see a black president. Y'all remember that feeling? Y'all remember that feeling? See, we've been starved of those type of moments in the past few years. A lot of us have been fed a steady media diet of police killings. A lot of us have been fed a steady media diet of what they call black on black crime. You know, it's something about when black people hurt black people that gets it its own category. Because someone seems to want to perpetuate the image that we're naturally violent towards each other. I don't know who. But we never say Mexican on Mexican crime. It does happen. We never say white on white crime. They have whole crime documentaries, but you still don't call it white on white crime. But somehow, black people hurting black people is a racial trait for us. And we get fed a steady diet of that. So when we see any display of black racial solidarity, right? Any display. Yes. I saw some people on social media like, yeah, we coming together. Like they felt like that what happened Saturday was the beginning of a new era of black unity. And you know what? If enough people believe that, they're going to walk around doing it. Right? And so we have to kind of, give it that perspective. As a teacher, right? I try to take every incident that I see and turn it into a teachable moment. We want to extract lessons out of it. We want to spark critical thinking around it. Right. And so tonight we kind of want to talk about what we saw on that video, that mentality, and then the sentiment that everybody is screaming with black unity. We need to come together. How do we translate and carry and transfer that energy over into other issues that are impacting our community? How do we brawl against systemic racism? How do we brawl against generational poverty? How do we brawl? How do we come together and fight against black self-hate? The black inferiority complex. Y'all, I've been in the movement. I've been engaged in the movement for black liberation for my whole adult life for over 30 years. And white supremacy has never been the main problem that I've dealt with on the ground. The main problem I deal with in communities, especially because I'm an educator, is not the belief in white supremacy. It's the belief in black inferiority. See, when we scream white supremacy, then that says, let's change white people. Let's shame white people. Stop being supreme. Stop acting like you better than me. You're not better than me. When you need to be doing is looking in the mirror and saying, hold up. I'm just as good as anybody else. It doesn't matter if they think they better. What matters is what I think. Because if we're trying to change their minds, we'll do anything to help them change their minds. Even spend all our money at their businesses. Even leave our community and make our community poorer and poorer to help their community get richer and richer. Because acceptance ain't free. I'll abandon my institutions and go and lend my talent, my intellectual property, and my time to their institution because that acceptance is better than gold. And I won't look behind me to see the destruction that's left in my wake. I'll celebrate the integration of Major League Baseball, and I won't even mention the destruction of Negro League Baseball. I won't even investigate how it was a multi-million-dollar business owned by black people during Jim Crow America, and that the Klan didn't destroy Negro League Baseball, integration did. Uh-oh. You see the difference? So when I saw those brothers shoulder to shoulder today, and I saw the white people trying to come and penetrate that wall, and they couldn't penetrate that wall, I said, that's black self-love. Those brothers represent black self-love. And then those white people represent the myth of white supremacy. And if it come up on that wall of black self-love, it's going to get beat back just like that. Y'all see what I'm getting at? Them brothers forming that wall, that's the black business community right there, right? And that's the black community, in the black business community. And then when those whites run up and say, freedom is coming to our restaurant. Get up. We finna build up our own restaurants. Get on now. If we want to come eat at your place, we'll come eat at your place. But no, we're not gonna come with a mindset that is progress when I can spend my money at your hotel. That's progress. We got to fight those algorithms. Right? So we could take an incident like last Saturday and use symbolic language to say, how do we translate that mentality, that feeling that you have? How do we translate it and infuse that feeling into other areas, other productive, institutional, and long-lasting areas in our fight for equity? You know what I'm saying? Well, we can get that feeling all the time. Right? How can we be self-affirming even in our spiritual centers, right? Traditionally, the spiritual center, the main spiritual center in our community, the church, has been used to dumb us down, has been used to deculturalize us and focus on, I'm not black, I'm not anything, I'm just a child of God. I'm not African, I don't have a culture, my culture is Jesus. Y'all see kind of how we do it, and then when you come out, you confuse as how to properly fight for your community because it's against your spiritual rules to proclaim any affiliation to your culture and heritage. You can't get too black or you're no longer of God. One of the main tools they used to enslave our people was to tell us that, no, you're no longer an Akan, you're a Christian. You're my Christian brother. So as your white Christian brother, you're my black Christian brother, we're going to save your people by enslaving them. Those who are heathens and don't see the light, we're going to enslave them, and then they'll get their reward when they die. But don't fight for them. You can be our overseers. You can count the people, at amount of people on the boat and that sort of thing, right? But don't fight. If I catch you fighting for them, you're no longer valid. Nat Turner was a preacher, and he was a preacher for them. Nat Turner preached for them. He was a preacher that white slave owners would take around to different plantations when the enslaved Africans were getting unruly, when the enslaved Africans were demanding their freedom. You know what I'm saying? The slave owners would take Nat Turner around to deliver sermons that made black people feel guilty for wanting to be free. He would deliver sermons that would encourage them to work hard because God is waiting for them when they die. And Nat was one of the best at it. Until Nat got punished for something he didn't feel like he should get punished for. And the whites who had hugged him and told him he was great, all of a sudden had him tied to a tree and was whipping his back. Then all of a sudden, the black clapback woke up in Nat, and he fought that algorithm, right? And when they finally let him free of that, Nat Turner, y'all know what he did. He led one of the deadliest rebellions in the history of the Ma'afa as a result. But he didn't stop being a preacher. He just started seeing the scriptures in a different way. He just started saying, wait a minute, God loves me just as much as he loves everybody else. So if I get attacked, I can defend myself. When my oppressor gets attacked, they defend themselves. Uh-oh. He fought the algorithm. Here come my brother. See if I can get my brother in here right now. Here comes my brother. out working hard in the community, you know. And shout out to our Black Fathers Coalition out in Phoenix, Arizona. I was honored to be their keynote speaker for the graduation ceremony for the youth program that they held. Leadership program they held for Black youth. It was a great program, and I was honored to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Here's my brother right here. Here's my brother right here.
What's going on?
I'm saying?
Man, testing. You in the building, man.
Yeah. What's happening? Dr. J, Dr. Juwichi Bomani in the house. How you feeling, brother?
Man, fired up, man. Just came from engaging with some powerful young warriors, brilliant young warriors, man. So they got held over with the young warriors, man. So
I already knew what was gonna happen. I already knew, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that if I don't know anything, I know that you were reaching in and tapping into their potential and empowering them to fight the algorithms that they face every day. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just do that in 15 minutes or less and walk out, you know, and you must have been making some progress, you know what I'm saying? And had some you do a great work, man. So, you know, we appreciate that. And the family understands. They understand that you out working, you putting that work in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate that. And you know, I gotta tell on our brother Rick, man. He pulled one of them what he did to you back in '98.
Yes, sir. Paul for the course. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the OG, man. Shout out to Ricky,
man. He hit me with I'm gonna be there.
Rites of Passage Incorporated, also Fort Worth MBK, the man who taught me how to teach. And my graduation was the day we had group in the hood, in the neighborhood. It's 35, 40 youth in there. I'm 19 years old, you know, and he don't show up. And I got him. He don't show up. It's Crips in there. It's all kinds of. I'm like, ooh, I got to hold it down, right? So he got you tonight.
Yeah, he hit me with the you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be there. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna get right there and I'll be right there. And then, I ain't gonna be able to make it.
What was the weather like down there today? Was it clear?
It was clear, but you know, it was hot.
It's hot. He was still trying to golf. He was out there trying to golf.
He trying to golf?
Yeah.
Well, he said he was at another function, you know what I'm saying? You know, it might
have been a golf.
Function might have been on the golf course.
He think he Tigger Woods, you know what I'm saying? So he was out there. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man.
I loved it. I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
And, definitely, man, unlocking that warrior genius in our young warriors, man. I see their brilliance on full display this evening. So I'm fired up off of that. So let's get it. I know you're already digging into the topic.
Yeah, man. You know, we 37 minutes in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
But we've been talking about, you know, the symbolism of the brawl and how do we take the brawl mentality and apply it to other issues that surround our community. You were teaching to young men tonight. You know what I'm saying? And these are young men that don't just face dangers in the streets, but institutional dangers too.
That's right.
You know, and so how do we capture that same brawl mentality when Aquaman saw the brother, you know, fighting, he dove in the water and even if you can swim, anytime you dive into a natural body of water, you're risking your life.
You're risking your life, and that's powerful because one of the of course in VIP, one of the first things we do is we put the globe up like we did in our last training, and who do you want to make the world safe for? And one of the things was I said let's dig into that. When you say you want to make the world safe for them, what does that mean? You're saying that you love them. That you're saying that you're willing to put yourself on a line in order to assure of their safety, right? That's a natural inkling, a natural energy that we have in us, right? That's why youth will say, okay, I want to make the world safe for my little brother, my little sister, my mama. You know, that's already in us to have that type of communal strength to say, I want to make the world safe for us. So even though we get distracted on various different ways in the algorithm, when that natural warrior energy is unleashed, right? That concept that I want to make the world safe for that protector, that protection. You know, I want to be that protector. It unleashes, and we saw that in my boy Aquaman today. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about that. Think about that. I'm standing on the dock, right, and I see somebody in danger, right? That whether he knew them or not, he felt a connection to the brother that was being attacked. In that connection, right? He felt something that sparked in his spirit to jump into a body of water that he don't know what's under there, don't know the depth of it. He don't know what type of current or type of swallows that are in there. And he was willing to risk it to get over to that brother to make the world safe for that brother in that moment. That's critical. Yes. We can't deny that. We can't overlook it.
In a lot of what we fight is the counter programming that our young people are receiving that says harm each other. Like, if they live on that side of town, wish them harm.
Yeah.
If they're not in your clique, wish them harm. If they disrespect you, wish them harm. If you got a crush on the same guy that you got a crush on, wish her harm. You know what I'm saying? And those values are reinforced a lot in the music. How many rap songs do we hear where the best thing that a black man can brag about is willing to kill another one?
Yeah.
Like that's a lyric. That's like a standard lyric, a standard bar. In a lot of street music is that bar on, I'll take this hammer and I'll cock it back, boop, 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 boop. And that runs counter to the algorithm that say, no, I got to have my brothers back. And even when we disagree, we need to both be able to go home.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's something that we fight when we're talking to young people, when we're dealing with young people. The group you was with tonight, they may, if they say, man, I just relax and listen to some young boy, right? And not all NBA young boy is bad, but 80%, of the songs, there's gonna be some sort of reference of killing enemies. They jealous of me. These girls, you can't trust them. Boo, boo, boo. So your worldview, your immediate worldview, the view that's around you becomes a place that you can't trust, a place you got to get away from, a place that if you don't be a killer, if you don't get them, they're going to get you, right? And so what we saw with that brawl on the Riverwalk is when we're out of that immediate environment and we see our people getting attacked, something else came out to the forefront.
Yes, absolutely. No, absolutely. It and you could see the intensity, like they had committed to it. Them brothers that came up and they formed up and said they linked tight and say, "Hey, we about to go in. It's about to there are going to be some repercussions for your assault, right? There's going to be some repercussions." And they took up and said, "We're going to move from where we are, and we're gonna link up." Right. So we're talking about unification. We're talking about unity there. Right. And they're moving in positioning and posturing in a way where they form like a formation. Right.
Yeah.
Went and positioned themselves on the dock where those people were standing. And they said, hey, you're going to answer for your actions, for the decision that you make.
And they probably said it just like that, too.
Yeah. It probably was like, you don't try to jump on. You gonna pay for that play.
Right.
But it was the same principle, you know what I'm saying?
And I ain't trying to get nobody fired, but even in 7C, shout out to my boy 7C, even the black police came on the scene, they was kind of laid back.
Yeah. Because the truth of the matter is, he probably been thinking about that too. He doesn't see, we got to understand, he probably has seen belligerent white people in this space over and over and having to deal with the racism and the disrespect and just flat out, you know what I'm saying, just disrespecting our people in a way that was like, they you know what I'm saying, and he got the uniform on, so it's like I can't really, I can't go all the way in on you, but today, you know what? I see you get whooped. I'm not gonna just be quick.
They did what the handbook required, and they didn't go no further. Like, I got my gloves, I'm gonna spray a little pepper spray in the air. Y'all calm down, stop. You know, then when the brother used the chair, they had to come on in and do what they had. You know what I'm saying? But I want my corporate brothers and sisters to kind of see that. Right, and understand those of you who are in decision-making positions, not just when you see community violence, but when you see black business owners trying to make a way. If you're an executive in a bank and you see a black business owner in there trying to find funding, go out of your way to make sure they find that funding. If they got some dings on their credit, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because there's plenty of them other ones coming in there with worse things than that. Yeah. All right. But they getting the loan, they getting the recommendations just because they were Nebraska Cornhusker fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so just making that trend, that wall you described that the brothers formed. You know what I'm saying? We need more of those walls.
Yes. That wall of protection.
We need those walls. We need walls of protection around our youth.
That's right.
Right? We need walls of protection around our families, our wives, our daughters. We need to form those walls.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? And so I love the imagery of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm under no illusion.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm under no illusion that black folk have changed.
Yeah. It's deeper than violence. You know
it's deeper than that, right? Yeah. But we can pull the energy and the symbolism from it and do that, you know what I'm saying, and build on that, because there's an algorithm out there that say, mind your own business.
Yep.
There's an algorithm. How many of us are watching videos of black people fighting and everybody's just standing around watching?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Being brutalized by police and we're just watching. Being brutalized by, a wife being brutalized by a husband, and we're just watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And so there's a lot that we can pull from that. Our children being brutalized mentally, and we just watch it. Yeah. Right. And so there's so much symbolism, I feel, that we can pull from that, and apply that brawl mentality to other issues facing our community.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, and from the action to the spirit, because it's a spiritual spark that says I'm gonna put myself in that mix. Because you have to know that getting involved in that has the possibility has some things that you might ask for. You already right. You already know that. Right? But something sparks in our spirit, right? That says we have to get in position to protect, what I'm saying, our people in this situation. Because if not, then we may lose a part of our community. We may lose a part of our village, right? Even though they may not understand that in that context, the DNA understood it. The ancestors spoke, right? In a way that said action, go, form, build the wall, jump in the water, right?
Yes, swim.
Yeah, swim, right?
Pull yourself out the brother ain't asked for help to get out the water.
Yeah, he leaped up out that water like something underneath him.
I'm gonna tell you something. If somebody hit me and I'd have jumped in that water, number one, there's absolutely no guarantee I'm getting across. That's number one. I may cramp up halfway, less than halfway there. That's number one. When I do get there, that one pull up that it take to come up.
We're gonna need some recovery time.
Oh man. And then when I get out the water, I'm wiping my eyes because they probably burning. He came out and he posted up and was ready to go. And that's the type of mentality that we need to foster in other endeavors.
That's right.
Right? That's symbolic of swimming through the obstacles, swimming through your difficulties, pulling yourself up, not complaining, pulling yourself up and getting to work.
Yeah. No, I love that, man. So I love the notion of not, and us that was not involved, and we and we think about our way of thinking about this situation as people that saw it on social media and saw it, on the news or whatnot. Let's not think about it in an algorithm, manipulated way. Let's think and from a deficit perspective, think about it from an asset perspective. Like that young man, right? If I'm working with that, let's think about it as the village, right? That's working with the young man, Aquaman, right?
Right.
Let's not think about it from this algorithm perspective and this response and say, oh, he's stupid. Oh, man, that was just done. Ain't no way. You stupid, man. Let's think about it from the aspect of, okay, that you are willing to take action, right? That means that you have an ability to take action on things that are challenging, right? That are uncertain. That means there's something inside of you that can build, create, and produce anything, right? That might be entrepreneurship. That may be him, being a builder. It's so many different things. And from that, the village comes around them and taps into what that he has shown that's natural to him. Right, and builds him up to become that leader. He may be jumping in for his people in political positions. He may be jumping in for his people as he builds his business and creates opportunities for generations coming behind him. but it's going to take us to break the algorithm to be the village that's going to raise and cultivate that natural genius that he's shown when he jumped in that water, that natural warrior that he leaped in that water and shown. We got to build that up and tap into that and allocate that to productivity and power for our people.
Absolutely. And I love what Rain Waters is saying in the comments. The once peaceful people must uprise in unity all at once, or enough at once. I would say that because when we study history, all of any people never really rise. All Haitians didn't rise up in the Haitian Revolution, yet it was successful, but we need enough people. Next August 5th, what's the focus? Because this is Black August, you know what I'm saying? And I like that. How do we sustain that? And those of us who are already in that lane, I'm saying, how do we continue to sustain, and then how do we continue to spread that energy, right? Spread that energy. I've learned not to look for all of us to be one way or all of us to be on one accord, but we do need enough of us to take action, and there's never enough. Even though we just need enough, there's never enough. In other words, we never stop recruiting, and we never stop building, and we never stop teaching.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I love that this happened, and to spark off Black August, and it give brothers like ourselves and sisters like Rain and others a launching pad from which to teach and to encourage, right? Because when you start with the people where they are and build on what they know, that's a lot more effective than coming at us like from where you think we should be. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? So
brother Mansa Ajamu said that's that little Bobby Hutton and Jonathan Jackson.
Right.
Sparked up in his spirit.
Right. And peace and power. Peace and African power to those powerful ancestors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little Bobby Hutton, Jonathan Jackson, George Jackson, the whole movement inside the Soledad unit to launch Black August in the first place. And for those who don't know what Black August is, it just so happens that in the month of August, the hottest month of the year, the darkest people in the world tend to do stuff. We've seen a lot of very significant events in our history just so happened to happen in the month of August. So we call it Black August, and our activists in the late 60s and 70s, particularly those behind the wall, shout out to George Jackson, began to commemorate Black August in that recognition. And it's a month of discipline. It's a month of study. It's a month of building, preparing, commemorating, and you know what I'm saying, in that, on that ilk. And it's a month of energy. It's a month where we're supposed to be cultivating that energy of unity, that energy of power. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. There's nothing to be afraid of for those of you who are not, you don't consider yourself in the Black Power movement per se, you know what I'm saying? But study our story and study some of the significant things that happen in our story in the month of August, and you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to point that out. Just wanted to point. I'm not gonna give y'all any others to go study. Go study. But we want to do a little touch of history as it pertains to the Brawl. It took place in that's Riverwalk area of Montgomery, Alabama, which that very Riverwalk, y'all, during the late 1700s, early 1800s through the mid 1800s, was one of the largest slave ports in the world. Okay, one of the largest slave ports in the world. That very place where the Brawl took place is a very place where many Black people were drugged off of boats in chains and walked along that very river walk. Straight to the auction block to be sold. I read one stat that said between 1808 and 1860, right? They went from 40,000 enslaved Africans being in Alabama to over 450,000 enslaved Africans being in Alabama, mainly brought in through that very port.
Wow, that's deep, right? Man. And they said that it grew so big and so fast that they had to build warehouses, to warehouse our ancestors, like they was parts on the ship.
Yeah, yeah, they had to build whole warehouses. They held black people in warehouses on that very land, on that very spot.
Yeah.
Okay. And so there's a lot of historical significance. And shout out to my sister Gail at Night. She and a group, I forget the organization down there in Birmingham. They did an ancestor reverence ceremony just a week before the fight. You had a group out there that were honoring the ancestors in that very port for that very reason, right? And commemorating their memory and making a vow to continue to build and fight for the liberation of black people right there. And then a week later, you get that.
Yeah.
It looked like the ancestors was in.
For sure.
Yeah, you know, that took control, right? And so there's a lot of energy in that space, right? It's in the waters. You're right, Rain. It's in the water. So there's a lot of energy in that space. We can't discount that.
Yeah.
We can't discount that that's a place where African people were massacred.
Yes.
Everybody didn't survive, okay? Everybody didn't survive the warehouse.
Yeah.
Everybody didn't survive the ship. Everybody didn't survive the walk from the dock to the auction block.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. And so there's a lot of history there. So when people talk about white folks are going to come and do something as a result, no. If white people come back and do something, it's a continuation of the same terror that's been going on since the beginning. So don't worry about white get back, because that's a given. That's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't come back if you ain't never left.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? So just something to think about, you know. And shout out to New Akibalan STEM Academy. Cheryl Irvin says this energy may not be transferable to more productive things unless black people see those things as a fight. Black people don't galvanize around concepts or issues. Now, I kind of disagree with that, but we galvanize around the fight. We will galvanize around the fight. But those who galvanize and know how to articulate the issues, that's what sparks the fight.
Yeah.
That's what organizes people around the fight. Malcolm knew how to do that. Malcolm was great at taking concepts and turning it into an issue that black people had to fight. The Nation of Islam. Elijah Muhammad convinced hundreds of thousands of black folks that liquor was something to fight.
That's right.
Right? That the devil, that the white man was the devil, and that, you know what I'm saying? And so we can do that, but it has to be articulated in that way. You're right. We do galvanize around, you know what I'm saying, the fight, you know, but we also galvanize around a destination that we believe in.
Yeah.
A lot of black folks stayed slaves and were good slaves because they believed they would go to heaven as a result.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we also galvanized, and heaven was a concept. You know what I'm saying? Heaven was a concept that we galvanized around because we believed in heaven and wouldn't do anything that would interrupt our trip.
Yeah.
You know, and so thank you for that. Thank you for that input, you know what I'm saying, as well. You know what I'm saying? So and shout out to Antoinette, you know what I'm saying? Antoinette Charmay, you know what I'm saying? Yes, energy. I know a lot of y'all out there are energy beings. And so you kind of feel that and galvanize that, but understand that energy can be created.
Yeah. It
can be created. We can create energy. We can manifest energy, right? Yeah. I know that because Uhuru Academy is an energy. Pipeline of Power is an energy. No one invited us to the party.
Yeah. Yeah.
The school system didn't call me and say, you know what? We think we need an African-centered school here in Fort Worth. That didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's an energy, right? And so we can manifest those energies, you know, and I think we need to tap, you know, one thing in our goal to galvanize that energy and tap into it is to let people know that you can create that on the spot. You don't have to be triggered into it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's boiling in us, just like we seen with them brothers.
Yeah, it's there.
It's boiling in us. That energy is in us. We got to unleash it.
We got an inner clap back inside of us.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we got to.
But it's always there. Yeah. You know, like with Nkoyo, I've been tripping because it's not too far from the surface with her. When we go places and the mother folk is there, you know, she's like she got a third ear, bro. Like she got a third ear. One of them say, really? What did he say? What they say? Oh, I thought they said something. Like I must walk around with I wish you would kind of more ready. You know what I'm saying? It is so just gather. There's nothing wrong with that energy. It's just applying it in the right situation.
That's right. It's all about applying it, man.
It's all about applying it.
And that's what's big about really fighting the algorithm, is that a part of fighting the algorithm is to be able to allocate that energy we have in us into ways and sources that will impact and empower our people, right? Being able to shift it. Like even us talking about this tonight, and us and our brothers and sisters who are engaged in phenomenal dialogue with us in the chat. From here, we ask ourselves, how do we take the energy that we feel even in observing this situation, even in this conversation, and how do we intensify the mission that we are on, the vision that we have, and this connection to our people? You know?
And understand that there is no light switch. There's no black folk light switch that you turn on and everybody's like that. It doesn't work that way. What can you do in your area, in your corner, where you at? You know what I'm saying? To help spread and manifest this energy from where you are. Right. And how can those of us who make that commitment work together to amplify that voice in real time? Right. And you can't be somebody that look at the bully and run in the house.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you can't be, well, these conglomerates, we ain't got no chance against them. Then why are we talking?
Yeah, exactly. Why
black folks ain't gone? Oh, well, black folks ain't gone. We already done with the conversation.
I ain't gone.
Because I'm a black folk, and you sure can't tell me what I ain't gonna do.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, and so there are certain algorithms within those of us who fight that we have to fight. We have to fight the urge to become prejudiced against our own people.
Yep. That's one of the biggest fights to win it,
man.
And we got to leap in. That's what I love about this. The symbolism of this incident is that when we identify in us what needs to shift, we can leap in like the brother did and start shifting the language. We can start. It might be a situation. I need to really start to pay attention and focus on what I'm focusing on. I need to really pay attention to what I say to my child. You know what I'm saying? Right. It may be one of them situations. That's where I'm leaping in. My leap into the water is when I see my child, I love you. Right?
That might be your leap right where you at, right? And you might be frustrated, you might, because you're looking at how do we fix the problem? And your first step may be fixing you.
Absolutely.
But that's impactful for the rest of us.
Absolutely.
That's impactful for the rest of us too. That don't mean everybody you don't have to be perfect to fight, right? But do your best to put yourself in position to be an asset to all those around you.
Yeah.
Right. And put in that work. And the hardest work to put in is that self-work for a lot of us.
Hey, come on.
For a lot of us, right? And so
daily
man,
fight.
Jump in and swim. What are some issues in your life, in your family, your community that you need to jump in the water and swim towards instead of running away from or pretending like it's not there? Because the young brother could have just kept working and pretending like wasn't nothing happening.
Yep.
Right. But he chose that path that could lead to him being arrested. It could have led to him losing his job, could have led to him being seriously hurt or killed. He chose that path, and y'all rally around that young brother. He's a minor still, so I wasn't gonna share his name, but they got his name circulating on the internet in ways that you can support him. If you hashtag Aquaman, you'll find him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. I teach, so I'm sensitive to that, so I'm not gonna name him on here. I don't know him. I don't have permission to do that, from his family. You know what I'm saying? But he should never have to pay for college.
None of that.
And just, I admire his bravery in doing what he did, because that brother was in danger.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he was in danger. His co-worker was in danger. You know what I'm saying? So right. Good stuff, man. Good stuff, y'all. Hey,
man, I love it, bro. I love it. Oh,
we got to fight the algorithm, y'all.
Fight it. Right. Identify what you're gonna fight tonight. You know what I'm saying? Identify something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, and jump in like the young warrior.
I know one thing we're doing to fight the algorithm, man, and that's with the Uhuru Academy. We want everybody to go visit uhuruacademy.com, check out our programs. We are now enrolling in our K through 12 online private school and homeschool partnership. We're enrolling right now, man. We just enrolled our first 3 families in Accra, Ghana. So Uhuru Academy is in Africa. UA Online is in Africa. Yeah. Shout out to the Bibi Toomey collective out there, our West African family, the Kamal family, the Cambone family, and all the great work that they're doing as well. I look forward to partnering with them. Also, our Operation Reconnect adult education program is also enrolling right now. We're looking for 10 young people between the ages of 16 and 24. We begin working at the beginning of September. We're going to take them through a series of powerful workshops, life coaching, career planning, decision making, college prep, financial literacy, the whole 9 yards. Then we're going to be coaching them on vision development and academics. They have to pass an academic exam, and most importantly, we're coaching them into their plan for the future, not their dream, but the plan, right? And after about 8 to 10 weeks, these young people will be prepared to present their plans to the community. And then the community will approve their plan. And then the Uhuru Academy will graduate them from high school.
And it's a beautiful.
All right. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience. So if you have anybody in your vicinity between the age of 16 and 24 that needs a high school diploma, but most importantly, need a plan, sign them up for Operation Reconnect. And I'm considering accepting young people who have a high school diploma, but just don't have a plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, let's get it.
Because there's plenty of those out there too. So I'm really considering also enrolling 16 to 24-year-olds who have a high school diploma, but don't have a plan. That's just something that we're doing to fight the algorithm, man. What's going on with Pipeline to Power?
Man, Pipeline of Power, we locked in with truly engaging in our brothers and sisters who are working with Black youth, because we are in the mix with Black Youth Empowerment. If you developing a program, or you have an idea, a thought for a program, especially if it's on the ground, if it's moving, we are in position to help from a consulting perspective, to help build, develop, help with evaluation, research, to really bolster the strength of our programs, man, so that we can truly be that impact, do that village building that can across the scope create those safe space, create those guardrails, create that true pipeline for our children to go from where they are, our youth to go from where they are to where they were created to become, a pipeline into their power, into their empowerment, to the highest power and potential. We want to link up with you, because that's what we must do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Pipelineofpower.com. The info card there. And hey, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to connect with brothers and sisters, my Pipeline of Power builders. Let's get
it. Shout out to my brother Shango, you know what I'm saying, in the house, you know what I'm saying, and I like that question, my brother, you know what I'm saying. As Black people of our age, do we have a plan? Many don't, right? And as a matter of fact, in our Operation Reconnect program, we accept 25 and up to, and they're also required to have a plan in order to graduate. And you're right, Shango. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of us been raised to dream, but not trained to plan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so exactly. And that's a pipeline builder right there too. That's my brother is a licensed master electrician.
Oh yeah, that's the good brother. Yeah.
Master electrician. You know what I'm saying? I'm jealous of him right now. He over in the islands on a job, chilling.
Oh, is it?
They probably twisted too out.
He's
doing it like this. Yeah, he's doing it like this for the rest of the time. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to that great brother. You know what I'm saying? One of the people who brought Uhuru Academy out to South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that good brother, that great brother. Right there as well, you know. And man, we know some Black people that are doing some beautiful, beautiful things, y'all. Yo, check this out. We grassroots organizers, all right. We ain't rocking off no grant money. We invest in our own programs, you know what I'm saying? And we get out here, we get contracts, we get it how we live, right? So if you want to support the Pipeline to Power movement, let me rephrase that. you want to support the Pipeline
That's
of
right.
Power.
Come on now.
So go to the Cash App right now, $ Pipeline of Power. Your contribution, every contribution helps. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying my brother live under a tree. Him and his wife are super intelligent. They do well for themselves. But at the same time, right? If it wasn't for the people, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Some of you don't have time, but you do have money. Right. And we honor that. You know what I'm saying? And so go to Cash App, $ Pipeline of Power right now. You know what I'm saying? And let the brother go to bed saying, woo, it didn't cost me no gas to go teach tonight.
That's right. That's right.
I got all that black.
Jump in the water. Jump in.
He can say, Shane go talk with me tonight. He sponsored the trip while he was on the beach sipping a virgin martini.
Yeah. jump in the water, y'all. Come on.
Drinking a rum punch. You know what I'm saying? You too can be a part of this movement. Now we appreciate you, Shango. Keep doing what you're doing. But y'all definitely go and support Pipeline of Power right now. All right now. I have no qualms. I have no qualms and hesitation about asking our people for money or bringing up money or anything like that, man. Come on, man. If Nike can ask you, I can ask you. I love you. Nike don't. If Netflix can ask you, we can ask you. We love you. Netflix don't. You know what I'm saying? And so and it's in the action is evident. You know what I'm saying? The action is evident. So definitely go do that. And I ain't gonna leave Uhuru Academy out. All right. Definitely go to the Cash App and hit $ Uhuru Academy. You know what I'm saying? When you donate to the Uhuru Academy, it helps us provide services to the families that need it most. You know what I'm saying? And so definitely go and support Uhuru Academy, support African Centered Education. Matter of fact, go to patreon.com/Uhuru Academy and become an Uhuru Academy patron for as little as $5 a month. All right. For as little as $5 a month, you can support a movement that you know is supporting Black people. All right. So definitely go check us out on Patreon as well. Man. Woo.
Powerful. I'm still fired up, man.
Yeah.
Brother, jump in that water. I feel that energy. He looked.
That's what I'm talking about.
He saw what's going. Hey, that boy leaped. Splash. I'm talking. He was swimming with some intensity.
Oh, he did that. He might get a swimming sky. He might be in the Olympic swim.
You know, man.
He might need to go to the Olympic trials. You know what I'm saying? Brother did that, man. Brother did that, man. Hey, y'all, keep brawling.
Let's get it, brother.
Keep brawling.
Yeah.
Keep brawling for your people. Keep brawling for your family. Brawl for your mental health. You know what I'm saying? Brawl for your mental health. Brawl for your children's safety. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep brawling, keep banding together. Let's just keep this energy going in whatever space that you're in. We are a beautiful people. All right. We are a beautiful people, and we are able to accomplish beautiful things. And these negative algorithms are no match for us. No match for us when we tap into our full potential. All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We'll be back Black here next week. Same Black time, same Black channel. Catch the place. You can go to the Baba Amin Facebook. You can go to the Uhuru Academy Facebook page. You can go to the Black Revolutionary Film Club Facebook page. You can go to the Baba Amin LinkedIn. You can go to the Pipeline of Power YouTube page. You can go to the Uhuru Academy YouTube page, the Baba Amin YouTube page, the Baba Amin Twitter, and catch the replay wherever you need to catch the replay. All right. Share it. Tell people, man, you need to listen to this. Y'all, you need to listen to this. This conversation is one that's going to help us keep that energy, right? Study this conversation. I don't mind if you take our talking points. We don't mind if you quote us. That's right. Use this. All right. Use this to keep the energy going. Use this to fight the algorithm. I'm Baba Amin.
Dr. Juichi Bo Money. Hey, let's go get it. So.